That sounds horrible. John. Jesus Christ. I actually don't even know how many drives there have been. It's probably like 5, 6, 7 drives probably out into the unstable zone. We're going through a pocket of stability right now, being logged like probably 107. Haven't made much logs yet, but it's always great to see new things. Today we have just discovered ourselves a pacemaker. Who doesn't love a pacemaker? Researchers before me have told me that pacemakers do nothing, so don't touch them. Actually, they do stuff. Just don't touch them. We're right now making our way through a sizzler, which is usually not a huge deal for dealing with humans or shakers. Called shakers. Which is not a huge deal with humans, so you step on them, they don't really do much. But to your poor car, that is no bueno. So don't do it. One of the things that you can do to make sure you're one step in the game, make sure you're always coming back to your car. Cars being placed in perfect zones, especially being ready to just get out and go, is a great thing, because right now we're being chased by a acid storm. And it would suck if I was stuck in the middle of it. A really good thing to know where you are and being able to use a path to the next location. Easy ways to avoid fuel problems. Now these aren't crazy locations, but you know, in and out. Oh shit! That scared me. Oh. Definitely don't want these on your car. Those are bad bunnies, or defective, broken bunnies, whatever you want to call them. They are no fun to deal with. They just get on your cars and mess with controls and stuff. It makes it really hard to do things. I like this game because I kind of always like driving and just like, you ever play those like driving games in like arcade studios where you just like drift left, right, left, right. It's also in GTA too. I think like, I want to say the Hotline Miami, but it's like some in California or something, and like you sit in the car and you just steer the wheel, and there's like 2 gear shifts. They're not great games, but they, like all arcade games, I love a game that's meant for replayability. You know, like it doesn't matter if you can follow the story, which is always a plus in games like this. Like, oh, there's a story to follow. I'm glad there's something to do, right? But like also in the games like this, you could just do your own thing for a while, you know. And the game will be like, hey, that's okay. You know, if you want to like grind out the last portion of the beginning start of this game, go ahead. You know, who cares? I was like, that's a great game right there. Kind of picking up where we left off. Last night, I remembered we drove a little bit. I went to like, there's a bunch of buildings here, so I went to collect a bunch of supplies, which I think I'm going to do again. I'm going to try to collect a bunch of supplies because I don't want to like, you know, come back. But I'm like packed in by supplies right now, so I'm kind of like hesitant a little bit to be like, oh, let's collect a bunch. Because I might be good. It might be like, you know, like common stuff. But, you know, there's no harm in collecting more stuff, I guess. So I shrunk my shoulders. Because I was looking on my Snapchat, because, you know, there's a lot of like girls on there who are like, you know, paid for their stuff in public on appearances, and they talk a little bit about the OnlyFans and stuff, and this girl's like, hey, I sell for my OnlyFans. I was like, okay, whatever, right? Because, you know, you scroll through it. I was more interested in the food, to be honest, because I was hungry at the time. But I was like, hey, you know what? As any male, pretty girl, pretty awesome food, right? But I never got the OnlyFans stuff because it's not like you gotta know from self-control. There's nothing like between liking a girl and going onto their page or following someone who's impressive. You know, I don't think anything more of it. I'm not gonna pay for their content, especially like, you know, going to pornography and stuff. There's so many people out there. As a young lad, anyone could do anything. I've heard of stories of people wanking in on paper. I mean, it's not surprising. I think where I draw the limit, though, is purchasing people's content, especially when it comes to something like as simple as like a pretty girl and stuff. Like, that's where I really draw the line. Because for me, you know, do whatever you want, right? You can totally and proactively go and purchase all this person's content and whatever, but some people get delusional. Like, they think that this girl likes them, wants them because you paid for the content. And I was like, brother, she don't even know who you are, brother. But yeah, no, she don't even know. So like, what's the purpose of buying the content? Relax, bike. Ooh, not feeling good. That's me though. That's me personally. One thing I don't believe in is as tips. Tips are a subjective thing. You can totally tip people if you want, but I feel like no one should be justified by their tip work. It should be a fair pay and fair wage between the board, and they should be earning less if the company's earning less. You know, like, we're talking about restaurants and stuff. Like, it should be bare minimum, but you shouldn't be paid like for a $30 chef if your typical rate is $20. You know, like, that's the reality there. Not to be a dick that people shouldn't get paid more. It's just like, you know, reality is the whole company as a whole is not getting paid more. So why would you? That's not a perfect world per se. That's also the same reason why I'm for actively pushing for no tips. I don't think tips should be mandated. I don't think that should be in any job. I thought it was surprising that I heard of it in Subway. I don't go out to a lot of restaurants and places to eat a lot, but like, I know America is one of the few places that do this. By few, I mean very few. And we are, I don't know, I don't think we should be doing it. I think people should be earning enough money for them to be able to do it. And if they work in higher standards or work in higher places, they should earn the money accordingly, like every other job, especially across the world. I'm not saying jobs are fair. I'm just saying, like, you know, that's how it should be. Not because that's what, like, that's why a lot of Subway or a couple like places, one of the things I was talking to my friends about is like, I don't go to Dutch Bros a lot, but like a lot of the times I see a lot of pretty people working there. And it's like, they probably get a bunch of tips. No offense to anyone else, but I'm like, that's probably how it is. Now, to keep in mind though, I do come from a standpoint of just talking. It's just to start a conversation. It's not to be like highly opinionated or try to offend anyone for what they do. You know, if you're pretty, use it to your advantage. Being pretty is a 100% advantage. Everyone's been given innate advantages at first. Some people can do math quickly. Some people are born pretty. It's not any your fault. Some people are born tall and they go to fucking basketball. But I'm not saying the same person can't work for those goals. It's just that I don't think it should be like that. But sometimes the world is not fair, and that's what makes the world like kind of normal. Because if the world was fair, then everyone would be paid the same and be earning the same money, but they don't. It's not a fair world. And I have to always say before I do anything, because I feel like a lot of people do jump into my comments and start like getting on me about stuff. I'm not saying like every time. It's not like my videos are blasting in popularity. But like, sometimes I'll be talking about certain things and just people just jump into that comment section. It's like, well, I'm like, no, I don't need you right now to say anything. Because by the time I post this video, which to be fair, is probably going to be a week after the fact. Because I am not live streaming this. You know, if you want to make your opinions, and if I'm saying something on a live stream, yeah, go ahead and say it. You should be, that's within your right. But remember, I'm not trying to start an argument. Maybe I'm just not knowledgeable in the fact that maybe there is cases where this is correct. But that's the way of the world, though. A lot of times you can find there's stuff that are really morally wrong, really morally right, and there's stuff that are just like, you know, somewhat correct. You know, and for me right now, my time standing, it's about to be 4th of July tomorrow, July 3rd. I hope everyone is having a great 4th of July, if whatever this is post. You know, I hope your 4th of July is, I was about to say busing. I was like, what does that even mean? What does busing mean? What does that have to do with the conversation? But yeah, no, I hope it's like enjoyable, like, you know, go do something, especially if you have friends and family to go see. You know, see them. There's only once in a lifetime you can keep on doing this stuff until you realize there's like, you know, no more chances. Don't live your life with regrets. I personally am spending my 4th of July probably at home and working. That is how I need to make money to continue posting these videos, but and working, you know, goal of my own. You know, it's not like this career is popping with money right now, but I hope you guys are having fun. Thanks, Richard. Get your ass off TikTok now.
Well, I was confused on what you were saying, so I thought you were talking to someone else. I just went on my phone.
It's still not an international incident if we don't tell anyone. There are a lot of Canadians in the world who's going to miss 16. Oh, wait. Nah, I get it. Because they got rid of 16.
They did?
Yeah, like who's gonna miss 16 Canadians?
16 Canadians went missing?
Well, yeah.
That crazy? I mean, like, doesn't a person go missing every 2 minutes?
Yeah, and I get hungry every few minutes, which I'm kidding.
Yeah, don't get
open because I'm fucking driving.
Well, now we know. Steering wheel.
This place was hard, right? Was it start
car door opens. Let's try it.
Yep, there he goes.
Fuck.
It's if we got 3 out of 4, it just means that whatever I just said was wrong. Okay, we have 3 other guesses. Was it when I was going a certain direction?
I think it only happened when you go right.
Yeah.
Fuck, please be right, please be right. Yes!
Oh my god! That was a mechanical kit, brother. What the? Oh, it fixed it?
Thanks. I think it did just do that warp thing. Like,
so when I start swerving like an idiot, it will no longer do it?
Well, try it. Swerve like a moron. See what happens.
Oh my god, Richard! This feels like a whole...
We're back in business, baby!
This is so stupid.
It's got that brand new car smell.
There's so much to read on the main screen and planning out stuff. It makes this game kind of in-depth in a way that the randomization is somewhat like consistent throughout your run to plan out your travel and stuff to your area. Because the farther you go, like the longer the drive is, of course. Like for me, like being like more sort of like late tier, like early starting-ish, I would say tier 1, basically. I could run through these zones and basically grab what I need and it sort of. Like my idea would be like, and a lot of things they don't teach you on unless, you know, learning later on, is you can I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh, it went away. You can grab the stable anchors that kind of just like did. Like you don't need the stable anchors to leave. You can just grab them. It's something you learn, I would assume, but like we're only having like less than 7 hours on this game. Oh, that scared me. I didn't see that little guy. The unknown. Over the past year, I've seen them mildly cause all matter, chaos. I've seen them just run and destroy all trucks and but this thing I saw the first thing that might change. A caught a glimpse of hope. Perhaps not everything we released here. Oh, cool. Come on, happy buddy. It's healing the cars. It's healing the car in general, actually. Wow. Happy bunnies are awesome. What a random find. Dude, like, what happened that day?
What the fuck? See, now we have some sexist ass bitches in here.
Oh, they say it was your fault?
No.
Ooh, shit. Easy the door. Nice.
No, it's not cool.
Say it, Dove.
No, it's cool.
No, because you're coming too. Remember when you signed the agreement?
No, I don't. I don't think I signed shit.
Damn, you're coming. Guess where it's gonna be?
A bastard.
You know, I actually loaded out my game on I was playing what you would call it, Pacific Drive, and I wasn't paying attention to the road. I hit my car into 28 landmines. I hopped off.
28 all at once, or like 28 throughout the whole, oh shit.
Like in an instant.
Why are 28 landmines doing in one place?
They're the people.
Oh, oh fuck. All 28. Ooh.
I did it again. But I was telling my mom, weird, wonder why my car's not getting fried. Man, I fucking hate this area. Oh, it's getting shocked from lightning. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Stop! Stop! Stop!